like you guys here in the room. So I'm having a very exciting team of panelists here. So people from veterans from advertising industry, from outdoor to hospitality to online security. So we all know marketing. Everywhere we think marketing is the center of all the activities of an organization when we are trying to establish something, or maybe trying to create some value addition in the society, or maybe building in some revenue stream. Hope you guys agree to this. Do you think really marketing is the center of all the action in an organization at the current scenario? It is? Okay, so here today we are not here to promote anything in terms of a product or maybe services. The organizers, Dr. Bhatia, Alok have given us something, marketing for a cause, marketing for good. So what that good can be. So while we were having a discussion in the morning today with my panelist, someone suggested, okay, let us take a cause, and that cause is climate change. So we all are aware of what is happening around us. We know very well the kind of awareness we are having, but still we are having some sort of apprehension. It may not be my problem, it may be someone else's problem, but that someone is us. So keeping that in mind, the cause that we are planning actually will be creating the marketing framework to promote a cause and to get people involved is climate change. So my first question to Neela, what do you think how we as marketers can create or maybe bring in some sort of a change in people's perception and get them involved in this cause?
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. I think the challenge is to find a cause that resonates across the world. And I think we all accept that climate change is something that's going to impact us. It's already impacting us. And as marketeers and advertising and communicators, I think we, at a time like this in the world, I think we're in a very unique position because we're seeing the fallout of climate change on a daily basis. We are seeing it across the world. And in some way or form, it's impacting us. So I think this is a unique time that we can really collectively come together on a cause that impacts all of us. And I think as brands and marketeers, we have a unique opportunity to take some responsible action. Because as companies, maybe some of us are actually contributing to it. Is there something that each and every one of us, our companies, do to change that? And I think the time is never better because with the advent of social media, the whole world is connected, and I don't think there is a place in the world that is not aware of climate change. So the awareness is there, but what are we going to do about it? So while the policymakers are making decisions in each and every one of our countries and across the world, and there are some good decisions being made. I think the Paris Climate Agreement was a big start. And the question is, how do we as marketers support that? How do we engage policymakers? How do we engage the public? How do we get people to get active? So I think as brands and communicators, we have a really great opportunity to take a stand, to work collectively, because in the long term, we are all going to benefit if we take collective action now. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's the right moment to make. Philip, when you say involvement, from where you think you as a marketer to start with?
I may just address your first question if I could.
Yeah, please.
You were saying we think marketing is the centre of the universe, basically, right? I think to us it is, but I think to most companies, there's CFOs, CEOs, there's many other C-suite we have to convince. I think we often get it, but we have to be a force of change within an organisation. And I think before we think about a marketing campaign, we need to sort of change the organisation from the inside out. If I think about climate change, it's a big issue. It's something that's been dealt with by governments, by the United Nations, by all sorts of people, and not terribly successfully. So, in my view, we've got to start small. We've got to start with a small action. So, addressing this opportunity, I would look at how do we change the company to start with. How do we change employee behaviour? How can we start with a small action with every employee in terms of the way that they engage with us on this issue? And then that leads to, obviously, to our customers. That leads then to our suppliers. That it's through the whole chain of the business. If I think about our business, we're in hotels and resorts. We have a very real issue facing us with climate change right now. We're building a 4,000 acre development across the causeway in Johor called Desiree Coast, and we already have an issue with water. There's not enough water. So we have many assets there that need water. So, one of the things we're doing is how we're designing our buildings, how we're designing our operating procedures and things to be able to maximise the use of water. That I think is something, if we get that right internally first, I think the messaging looks after itself because it's credible and it's realistic and people believe it. Otherwise, it's just marketing speak.
So this starts from within you. You want to say it starts from within, from the organisation itself?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. Rain, we've been talking in the morning regarding changes. So what kind of changes that an organisation can bring in, and what are the initiatives that you think from your organisation you can take?
Okay, it reminds me of a campaign that we recently did. So it's a Clean India campaign that was actually run in India, and